Has the global pandemic turned you from a home run hitter to slicing foul balls into the crowd between first base and the home plate? Or do you want to use your evening and weekend free time to make money instead of staring at the idiot box in your living room? Welcome to Mindnificent. In today's video, we'll go through how you can make money online from the comfort of your own home. Click that subscribe button if you want to be smarter with money and learn all the things about getting rich. Are you ready? Let's get into it. When it comes to the side hustle and generating income from home, becoming a content creator, dropshipping over Shopify, producing your own ebooks, and becoming an affiliate marketer have been done to death. For this video, we'll be focusing on other ways to generate an active income that are a little bit further afield and that hopefully you're yet to hear about. All you need is a computer, a bit of initiative, and knowing what you're good at, and you're good to go. So, do us a favor and try some of these out in your spare time. Number 1. Teaching English. Teaching English to foreign students from places like China via webcam is absolutely something you can do for some spare change, and doesn't even mean you have to be fluent in their native language. We have to note though, out of all of our entries, this is the only one to have any real requirements. Generally, 4 years of tertiary education in any major, plus 2 years of teaching experience. A mother who has helped her children with their homework ticks this experience box, and there is no need to prepare lessons as the curriculum is provided to you by portals such as VIP Kids or OUTSCHOOL. Number 2. Blog post writer. Do you have a talent for the written word or the gift of the gab? Then why not consider becoming a blog post writer, where you put your literary aptitude to good use by creating content on business websites. Now, these companies may not have the time or the know-how in order to effectively maintain and populate their home pages, and are willing to pay good money to hire people to do so. Try approaching a few local businesses if you notice their websites need a little TLC, or alternatively, advertise your services on a platform like Fiverr or Upwork. Number 3. Virtual assistant. You've heard of a personal assistant, right? Otherwise known as a PA. Well, just like there's a need for this type of role in the real world, there's also a need in the digital world in the form of a virtual assistant or VA. The premise is the same. You get paid for doing day-to-day tasks like scheduling appointments for people who don't have the time to do it themselves. Only in the digital space, this also extends out to things like inputting data in Excel spreadsheets, running company email inquiries, and even something like monitoring social media and reporting back with what's currently trending. Number 4. Social media manager. This is a good segue into the next item on our list, the social media manager. Now, you may take your Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter prowess for granted, but not everyone's a millennial. And there are plenty of companies out there with next to no presence on social media. Why not get paid for your expertise and at the same time expand a company's market reach and the exposure of their offered product or service in the social media space? Where this can become really lucrative is that only a relatively small amount of your day needs to be set aside for running a client's socials. So theoretically, you can use an app like Sprout Social to line up a couple weeks worth of posts as a batch and then post them daily, meaning even less work on your part. Number 5. Editor for YouTubers. This may or may not come as a shock, but not everyone who creates dynamite YouTube content necessarily has great video editing skills. If this is something you're really good at or are prepared to invest a few weeks of time into to learn, then you could be an editor for YouTubers. This one may take a little bit of time, but most YouTubers have an email listed in the About section of their channel to get to emailing, spruiking your worth, and how you can save them hours of editing time by going through their raw footage, cutting the content into manageable segments, and including any graphics or superimposed text. The key here is to include samples of your work and perhaps offer an attractive introductory rate to get your foot into the door, with a negotiated ongoing rate after a successful trial period. Number 6. Doing voiceovers. Do you have a charismatic, unique voice that commands attention? Do you want to spend the time to be able to put on a charismatic, unique voice that commands attention? This one doesn't necessarily require you to have a nice voice and is totally an option to someone willing to put in a bit of practice. Fiverr and Upwork offer a way to advertise your voiceover services for things like YouTube videos, audiobooks, commercials, right up to and including celebrity impersonations or custom accents, if you're able to do them well. Number 7. Handmade products. This entry is a little different from the others in that it requires you to first make something in the material world and then go about selling it across the digital space. Handmade artisanal products are all the rage right now, with trendy consumers wanting to support small, aspiring artists as opposed to more commercialized and established names. Start by browsing through a site like Etsy and seeing just what people are creating to get some ideas about some things you could make yourself, working within your skill sets. This could be something as simple as making homemade candles, all the way up to and including selling one-of-a-kind prints or sculptures. The sky is the limit here, really. Number 8. Coaching. So long as someone has expertise in a certain field, there will always be people who are ready and willing to hand over their hard-earned dollars to learn at the feet of the master and emulate their successes. Coaching offers a way for you to pass on your knowledge, whether it be business-focused, health and fitness, or a hobby or pastime you're extremely passionate about. A concrete set of skills covering any topic is a valuable asset, and by selling it in the digital space and not the real world, you're able to teach potentially thousands of students instead of a dozen in a dingy room. Zoom is a great way to connect with any number of students at once over the internet, and by really selling an end goal and ensuring that many students get there as possible, you'll generate a strong word-of-mouth recommendation that will soon accrue more and more students. Number 9. Managing Facebook advertisements. Unless you're living under a rock, you will have noticed a steady and increasing trend on Facebook centered around advertisements and, in particular, targeted advertising. Managing Facebook advertisements is now a legitimate way to earn money on the side, as businesses will happily pay for sponsored content in order to spread their marketing far and wide throughout the virtual world that is social media. It's all about traffic. And just by spending a few weeks learning about how the Facebook ads process works, you'll be more than equipped to begin advertising jobs on Fiverr and Upwork, where you deliver on your promise to bring in more customers and set up the sales for that particular business. Number 10. SEO expert. What's SEO? Search engine optimization, but more importantly, it's a way to improve the rank of a website according to the terms used in something like Google or Bing. Being in the upper 5 to 10 entries of a search versus dwelling on page 6 of the additional entries will drastically increase the traffic to a website, translating into more exposure and more sales. If you're pretty technologically capable, there are heaps of free online resources and courses teaching you the basics of SEO and how to better rankings based on search terms. The only other thing to do is start approaching your local businesses or emailing those online in order to drum up some business. Include where their business ranks currently with no SEO versus an achievable increase thanks to your newfound expertise. That's all we have time for today. Which of these housebound moneymakers has caught your attention and that you can't wait to try? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, please click on that subscribe and bell notification button as more magnificent video is on the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.